My name is Will. Ever since I was a kid, I've had an almost obsessive fascination with math, but my family was poor, and I barely went to school. Most of what I learned came from the few classes I overheard while mopping floors outside the classrooms. Now, I'm just a janitor at MIT, invisible, unnoticed, but one day, everything changed. I was cleaning the hallway when I noticed a math problem on the blackboard. Something about it grabbed me instantly. It was interesting, elegant, irresistible. I put down my mop, picked up the chalk, and fell into the problem completely. The world around me disappeared. There was nothing but formulas and logic. The next day, I heard the professor who wrote the problem rushed over in disbelief. When I saw him staring at the perfect solution on the board, stunned, I finally realized this wasn't an ordinary math exercise. It was a gatekeeper problem in the world of mathematics. Everyone who had solved it in the past had gone on to become a major figure in the field. Even the professor himself had needed 2 months to crack it. I had solved it overnight.
So without further ado, come forward, Silent Rogue, and receive thy prize. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint my spectators, but it seems there will be no unmasking here today. However, my colleagues and I have conferred, and there is a problem on the board right now that took us more than 2 years to prove. So let this be said.
The professor, shocked and curious, gave me an even harder problem, but I didn't realize how serious things were because I had just been released from jail for fighting. I was a genius, yes, but also a troublemaker. Back at the school, I saw the new problem on the board and couldn't resist. I started writing again. Unfortunately, the professor walked in and saw me. He stormed over and shouted, "You're just a janitor. Stop scribbling on the board." I ignored him, turned around, and walked off, not forgetting to politely greet him on the way out. He wanted to chase after me, but his assistant called him back, because on the blackboard, in those messy lines of chalk, was the solution to another problem, one that had stumped the entire math department for 2 years, and it had been solved by me, the janitor. The truth is, I'm not just good at math. I have a near photographic memory. Any book I read once is instantly burned into my mind. One day at lunch, my buddy was being mocked by some Harvard elites. I stepped forward and fired back with advanced economic theories, leaving them speechless. Not only did my friend regain his pride, even a girl nearby noticed me and wrote down her phone number before leaving. But before I could call her, the court reopened my old assault case. I refused to hire a lawyer and defended myself in court. I argued with confidence, citing cases and legal clauses fluently, forcing the opposing lawyer into silence. But I still got sentenced. Bail was set at $50,000, money I obviously didn't have. That's when the professor finally found out who I really was. He came to see me in jail and said he would bail me out, but only if I agreed to 2 conditions. Asterisk, asterisk. First, work with him on advanced mathematical problems. Second, attend a session with a psychologist every week. Asterisk, asterisk. And that's where my real story begins.